So what is a beginner motorcycle? If you ask most people, they'll probably tell you it's a small engine bike, something with low displacement like 250 cc's or 300 cc's. The idea is generally less power means more safe. What? But is it really that simple? I'm here to tell you that it's actually a lot more complicated than that. A so-called beginner bike isn't a one-size-fits-all thing. It depends on you, the rider. So today, we're going to dive into why the standard advice that you see all over the internet might actually not be right for everyone, and what you should really be looking for when buying your first bike. So, everyone focuses on displacement, but that's only part of the story. For example, a 650cc twin-cylinder engine can feel a whole hell of a lot different than a 650cc inline 4. So the twin would have like smooth power down low, very manageable, nice, chill motorcycle. The inline 4 would be something that screams when you get it up in the revs, and it could really catch a new rider off guard. So it's not just about the size of the motor, but the type of power you're getting. So let's be honest here, not all riders are the same. We all have different heights, weights, inseams, budgets, and even riding styles. So what works for some 19-year-old dude over there might be a terrible choice for you, a geriatric 30-year-old. So I can speak from experience here. I started riding in my early 30s. Everyone on the internet told me you have to get a low cc bike, you have to get a small bike, but I wanted something bigger. So I ended up getting a GSXR-750, which you may be familiar with at this point. So you would think, hey, the insurance on something like that is going to be insane, but it's actually not. Key factor with my insurance company was my age. Because I was over the age of, I think it was 25, my insurance rates were not nearly as high as they would have been for a teenager riding the exact same motorcycle. It may be the same for cars, but we're not here to talk about cars. But this is a huge factor that many people forget about, which is that insurance companies care more about your age than they do about the bike's engine size. So ergonomics and fit, this is probably the most important point I can make to you today. Your beginner bike must fit you. You need to be comfortable and you need to be able to ride it safely. So when I was shopping for a motorcycle, I knew I wanted to ride sport bikes. Now I'm a tall man, so I knew it was going to be difficult. I went out and I sat on dozens, literally dozens and dozens of motorcycles, including the ones that people would say are perfect for beginners, like Ninja 400, R3. But honestly, I couldn't ride them. I couldn't physically sit on them comfortably. My knees would get jammed up against the tank, and I would just feel incredibly cramped. I wouldn't be able to move my feet. It was a terrible fit. Now, eventually, I had the opportunity to sit on a GSXR 1000, and it just felt like a match made in heaven. I then looked towards the GSXR 750 because I knew that it had the exact same ergonomics, but with a more manageable engine for a brand new rider. And boom, there we go. That was the bike for me. You have to easily be able to reach the ground, operate the controls, and maintain comfortable posture. And if you're struggling just to sit on the motorcycle, you're not going to be able to focus on riding it safely. Now, your budget. So here's a piece of advice. I cannot stress this enough. Do not spend a lot of money on your first bike. Just trust me, you will drop it. It happens to everyone. It happened to me. It was the dumbest shit ever, but it happened, okay? I was in a turn, trying to turn left, and my bike stalled because I didn't get on the throttle quick enough as I let out the clutch. The bike stalled mid-turn, and I fell over like, I don't know, a giant ogre or something. I don't know, on a motorcycle. So it happened to me, it happens to everyone, and it will happen to you. So a beginner bike should be something that you're okay with getting a few dings and dents on. My personal advice is to stay under 10 grand, but that is the absolute maximum. You should probably go even less than that, because if you do, you'll have money left over for items that are also extremely important, like a good helmet, jacket, gloves, and boots. Also, you're going to have to pay for your registration and any other kind of maintenance. If you're getting a used bike, expect to do some maintenance. It just comes with the territory, and that is part of buying a used vehicle. You're taking on that risk and that responsibility. So plan for it. A cheap first bike will let you save money for your gear, and the gear is going to keep you alive. So, what is a beginner bike? There is no one-size-fits-all answer here. It is the bike that fits you. It should be comfortable and safe for your body type, It should be something you can grow into without being overwhelmed, and it should be something you can afford, of course, leaving you with enough money for all the gear that you have to buy. And you also need to be ready for maintenance and potential damage from dropping it. Now, I know I did not cover every single factor that comes with looking at a beginner bike. So tell me what you think. What was your first bike? What was your beginner bike? And what do you think makes a bike a good beginner bike? Tell me in the comments below. Teach me something about motorcycles. And don't forget to like the video for me. And please hit the subscribe button if you are new. We're making all kinds of motorcycle content. You get new videos weekly. All right, everyone. I'm out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Ride safely. Later.